Hey guys, welcome back to UnderTheRadarBooks. I'm Brittany and today I'm going to be doing my April wrap-up. This month I participated in two readathons, one which I hosted, which was the genrethon, and then also the Dewey's 24-hour readathon. So I have two wrap-up videos from those that I'll link down below. And so there's quite a few books from this month that I read because of the readathon, or the readathons, and so I'm not going to talk about those again. I'll just show you the ones that I read, and then if you want more information, you can watch my wrap-ups to get more information about them. So the books that I read during the readathons were Anya's Ghost by Vera Brosgol, Wink Poppy Midnight by April Genevieve Tuchok, Instructions for Killing the Jackal by Erica Wright, The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn, The Beauty by Alia Whiteley, The Library of Unrequited Love by Sophie DeVry, Baba Yaga's Assistant by Marika Makula and illustrated by Emily Carroll, The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, In a Dark Dark Wood by Ruth Ware, and By the Book, which was edited by Pamela Paul. Yeah, so those are all the books that I read for the readathons. Once again, if you want to see more in-depth reviews, you can click on my wrap-ups down below. So on top of those, I read 4 other books, and then I'm about, let's see, I think I have about 80 pages left in the book that I'm currently reading right now, which is called Now You See Me by S.J. Bolton, and it is the first in the Lacey Flint series, which is a thriller series, and I'll talk about that more in my May wrap-up since I'm not technically done with it yet, but I'm really enjoying it at this point. So the other books that I read in the month of April, the first thing that I finished was Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Lessons from the Crematorium by Caitlin Doughty. And this follows a young woman who works at a crematorium and the experiences that she has, but it's so much more than that. Not only is this funny and down to earth, but it also makes you question your life and your purpose, and talks a lot about the death industry as a whole and how it relates to different countries and how everybody kind of handles it in different traditions. And it was just so fascinating. I don't read too much nonfiction. I'm really trying to get into it. And so this was a really good place for me to start because I just found it completely compelling. There were no dull moments. I never felt bored by it. The writing was good and it was really relatable. So if you're looking for a good nonfiction book, this is a great one. Oh, and I gave 4 stars to Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. The next one that I read was The Girl in the Red Coat by Kate Hamer, and this was a buddy read that I did with quite a few other booktubers. And this follows a young girl who's very adventurous, and she kind of is like lofty and just does her own thing, and she's very bookish. And so one day her and her mother are at a big festival, and she gets separated from her mom and then gets lured away by this man. And this book is told from alternating points of view between the mom and the daughter, and it was a little bit difficult for me to read because anything that has something happening to children is hard because I'm a mom, and so some parts were really difficult. This is being promoted as a thriller, but we all talked about this and we feel that it's definitely a thrilling read, but I wouldn't say it's a thriller and or a mystery really, because you find out quite quickly who took her and why. So there's not like this big mysterious atmosphere or something that you're trying to guess, or like it's not on an edge of your seat kind of feeling. It still is very harrowing and it's suspenseful as you're reading it, but I don't think that I would call it a thriller necessarily. I still found it pretty enjoyable. I gave it 3.5 stars in the end. Then I picked up Sweet Home by Karis Bray. And this was so brilliant. I love the short story collection so much. It is absolutely beautiful. The writing is so fantastic. It deals a lot with family structure and being a parent and just how those relationships work. And there's some that are definitely larger than life and not a part of this world, but then a lot of them are very grounded and are very realistic. And I cannot wait. There's a short story in here that has a character that is in her book, A Song for Issy Bradley, and I just purchased that and I'm hoping to get to it this month because I loved this so much and I can't wait to continue that story. So I cannot recommend this enough. This is probably my favorite short story collection I've ever read, and it is a very easy 5-star read. And then the last thing that I read was My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. This has just been going around BookTube like crazy. Everybody's talking about it. This is the first book in the Neapolitan novels, and this is translated from Italian by Anne Goldstein. And I was so hesitant to pick this up because it's just really different than anything that I usually read. I'm not big on just, you know, historical fiction and or like really realistic fiction. I like horror and magical realism and fantastical elements and things like that. So this is definitely not something I would normally pick up, but I've just been hearing so much about it, and a lot of people that I really respect their opinions, they have loved it. So I just had to see what it was all about. And I was really, really blown away by it. And I don't know if it's because I went into it not expecting much or not expecting to be interested in it that I was so interested in it. It follows two young girls living in, I believe it's 1940 or 1950. And they're living in a poor neighborhood, and it follows their relationships and the people that they meet, and it's just this big cast of characters, and it's just so enveloping. Like, I could not stop thinking about the characters, and I still am. I want to start the second book very soon, and it just is so absorbing as a story. The writing is really amazing, which is great because it's a translated novel, and so for it to be translated just really speaks volumes to not only Elena Ferrante but also to Anne Goldstein for translating it so well. You know, like I said, not much happens. It just follows them growing up. I think it's from like age, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 to like 15 or 16, and then each book is following them later on in their life, and it's just completely compelling, and I just can't wait to see where the rest of the series goes. So if you're hesitant to pick this up, definitely give it a try. I have heard some mixed things. I think you either love it or you really don't like it, which is fine. It definitely makes for interesting discussions. So yeah, I would say go ahead and give it a try. So those are all the books that I read in April. I read quite a few things, definitely because of the 2 readathons that I participated in. I'm quite happy with everything that I picked up, and I would love to know what you guys read in April, and if you had any 5-star reads, or if you had anything that you really didn't like. I'd love to know that as well. So leave me some comments down below and we can get chatting. So until next time, happy reading, guys.